CRT and Total Soup secrets. How a key level gets tapped and the reactions from the key level. Now, as you guys know, there's multiple ways how a key level gets tapped. Now, one way would be when the key level gets tapped in this way. So let's mark out this is our key level. For instance, this is the market price, goes up. There's multiple ways, right? So this is one of the examples, one of the ways that key level gets tapped. Now, this key level, this reaction is considered to be an instant reaction, right? Instant tap of the key level in reverse. Now, it would be like this. Now, right below the key level would be a range, right? Okay, some sort of range, but when the key level gets tapped, it will get tapped quick. Now, when a key level does get tapped, it would not waste any time there. It would just reverse, right? Now, a second way a key level gets tapped is, let's say that's our key level. So when the market goes up to the key level, taps it, either the key level gets tapped not the right time, or it gets at the right time and the market decides to range. But usually, when the key level does get tapped at the right time, it will cause some sort of this reaction. But let's say key level, it doesn't get tapped at the right time, so the market ranges until the right time goes around, ranges at the key level. Now, when it ranges at the key level, it would make a range. Now, if you're bearish, you look for the range not to get purged, or have SMT, then reverse. Now, other than this, is there any more examples? Yes, there is. Our key level. Now, this is just the same thing as both of these, but just SMT. I have SMT with the high, eventually reverse, where one pair takes out the low or the high, while the other one does not, and the market reverses. Now, there is no more ways of how a key level gets tapped. This is the only way. Now, once we get the part one done, right, and some of you guys may be confused how a key level gets tapped. It just gets tapped, but there's ways it gets tapped. It gets tapped because sometimes when a pro, right, would have a range high, range low, and when the range high gets tapped and tests a key level, some people just wait until the market gives you a break of structure or whatever, and they will wait for the market to range around here, then reverse. But what it would do, it would just tap it quick and reverse, which I'll show you guys an example in the chart, so don't worry. Other ways, you guys would think you would do this again. So the key level gets tapped, you take a short, you take it too early, you get ranged up, you get chopped up, market sells you out, and eventually goes in your way. Right? Does it happen to you? Possibly. Because it happened to me multiple times. And you have to go through, everybody has to go through it, right? I have to go through it. I have to go through it multiple times in order for me to learn, because I didn't know at that time. I didn't pay attention to it. Now I do, right? Now, other way is SMT, where the kilo does not get tapped and it just has SMT. Gives you the confirmation, or it taps some sort of a key level here, right? Or taps some sort of your entry model, then it reverses. Now, this we don't really care about. We do care about it in a way, but it's not as important as the liquidity, right? As you guys know, we care about liquidity pool rather than SMT. We want to see the cause, not the effect. The cause was this pair took it out, well, this pair does not, and we traded the cause, not the effect. The effect was this pair did not take it out, so this pair goes down without taking liquidity, which usually, if SMT, if it's not the right time frame, it will become false very quick, right? Now that's on that. Now, the next thing I just said to you guys on this CRT and total subsecrets was that the reaction from the key level. Now, there are multiple reactions from the key level. Now, there's one that's going to be the least favorite, right, which is going to be ranging a lot. Then reverse, which this one, if you entered here or entered anywhere here, you would get stopped out more often than not. The next reaction would be a V-shape, which is a luxurious reaction. What does it mean? What do I mean by luxurious? Which means it happens rarely. Now, don't worry. I'll show you guys how to anticipate either of the two. Right? I'll show you guys examples, how to anticipate it, and to know which will happen. Now, before we go on to that, before we go any further, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, join the Telegram link in the description down below, and make sure you guys follow all my socials. And let's get straight on to it. I should have said this way earlier in the video, but it is what it is, right? Now, the next reaction is the most common, which is the M shape. Or if he has SMT, or one pair takes up liquidity, while the other one does not, right? So you can do either of these two type of reaction. One pair takes up liquidity, while the other does not, or it sweeps out it out and goes down lower. Regardless, it's an M shape. Right? It's inverse. Now, as you guys know, my YouTube is not for beginners. So if you don't know the basics, don't watch my YouTube video because you're getting confused. You're gonna mess up. I can talk about the basics, but my video, my personality is more on the, on that advanced side, because I'm not here to go back, go back to the basics, because I'm here to improve constantly, right? And share you guys the knowledge. So if you guys don't get this, go watch my older videos, go watch my boot camps and stuff like that to know what I'm talking about, right? Once you watch that, it's more beginner friendly. This is more advanced. This is like a very high level advanced, right? Now, how can you anticipate a multiple taps, a ranging reaction? How can you anticipate a V-shape or M-shape reaction? How can you anticipate for this to get for a key level to get tapped like this without the market raging at the key level? So how can you anticipate a candle to just tap the key level in reverse instantly, or tap the key level range, then make a super the range shot, then go down lower, and vice versa on everything, right? How can you anticipate that? Now, anticipating it comes very easy, which comes down to your entry models, right? Your entry models would, determine what's a reaction. Your entry models, the time you enter, and that's primarily it. And one last thing, that's primarily for the entry models, by the way. That's primarily for the reactions from the key level. For how a key level gets tapped, this is going to be primarily determined whether it's on a daily range or whether it's not a daily range. Now, this type of reaction would be when the market is not on a daily range. This type of reaction would be when the market is on a daily range. I'll show you an example on a chart, so don't worry. Now, the way you anticipate a multiple tap is the multiple taps reaction and a very shady reaction, which is that bad reaction you don't want to enter on this trade, because as I said, you're gonna get stopped out multiple times. Now, the way you avoid this and how you know, just to be cautious, just to know, okay, how this will be formed, is if the entry model or your the entry model gets tapped, or your key level gets tapped not at the right time, so the market ranges and constantly sweeps it out. Now, the last would be when the right time is there, and eventually it will cause a reversal from there on forward, which this happens rarely, but the way you avoid this is by waiting for the right time, 369 or 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. purchase, right? That's how you avoid this type of reaction. That's primarily for New York. For London is 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Now, how do you anticipate a V-shaped reaction? Would be if it's in the right time and your entry model is there. Now, I can't tell you which one will happen all the time, right? I can't tell you if it's going to be this one or this one or this one, right? I don't know which type of reaction would it be. I don't know, right? Because if I would know, okay, I would have such a tight stop loss, right? If I would really know. And so I don't know, but I do know how they form, how they happen over time. This one tends to happen when the time is not right. This one and this one are hard to predict, right? This one is obviously easy to predict because time is not there, so market ranges. This time and this time, I can't anticipate whether it will be a V shape or an M shape But all I know that the way you anticipate these two reaction is going to be they're both in the same thing, right? It has to happen at the right time. It has to have your entry model, right? So when the entry model gets tapped, sometimes, as I said, this is a luxurious, so it happens rarely. Entry model will get tapped and you will have an instant reversal, right? Without any M shape. Other way, your entry model will get tapped, market will go down lower, go up higher, and eventually go down lower. Usually without stopping you out. Sometimes they may stop you out, but if you have a wide stop loss, like how I do, it would not stop you out, right? So this way, the same thing. You enter on this first tab. But people are like, well, if it's an M shape, I could enter here. But you don't know if it's an M shape or a V shape. You could tap it first time in reverse without coming back up, or you could reverse it. Because that's what I'm talking about. I don't know, but I do know how it happens, right? So you enter the first tap, and eventually one goes up higher, eventually go down lower, right? So these two are going to be very difficult. Sometimes you can have SMT, sometimes can be just the inverse, right? So keep that in mind. Now, over time, you can definitely anticipate what a reaction would do. Depending on the first tap, second tap, you can anticipate what a reaction will do. But that only comes through pay attention to the chart, which I have, which I can tell you guys, but I don't want to overload you guys with information that you guys don't need at the moment. Now, that's how the reaction works. That's how you know which one we will do. How that's through time, right? This one will happen. I want to tell you guys what a reaction forms and how can you anticipate which one you will do. Now, when it comes to how a key level gets tapped, it comes down to whether if it's in the range or not. Now, this is a reaction, a quick instant reaction, what looks like a V-shaped reaction. It's going to happen when the market it ranges below the key level. This will be happening when the market is taps the key level, possibly. Now, there's two ways to determine this, right? This would be when you have a key level, right? You have the right time, right? And eventually the market ranges right below the key level gets tapped, reverses. That's going to be hard for you to anticipate which key level, but we do know the best key levels are going to be old highs or old lows, right? Or a retest of the range. Now for this would be when the time is not right, right? The market taps it not the right time, so it ranges eventually reverse from there on forward, which is the same reaction as this, but on a broader time frame basis. Now, if you pay quick close attention, the one other way you can anticipate this is primarily on the higher time frame, is when there's a daily range. If there's a daily range and the market taps the key level or the discount or the premium, the candle taps it with range. So you'll be like a tap with the key level, range, then reverse from there on forward. Or this could happen outside the daily range, meaning there's no daily range formed, so the market could instantly reverse from there on forward. Now, enough of that. Now, before we go any further, make sure you guys just quick, just to make sure if you guys follow all my social medias. If you haven't, so make sure you guys follow all my socials. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share. Join the Telegram link in the description down below. Now let's get straight into on the chart examples, which would be much more favorable for you guys to understand and you guys would know what I mean. Now, before I go, first we will start with the reactions from the key level, which would be this. Now, our entry model, I said the time has to be right and the key level, right? In this case, it's an M shape, right? But I told you guys, M shape. Now, how could I couldn't have not anticipated the M shape yet, because I said so. But what did I say? It comes through time, right? The more time spent on the chart, the easiest for it is going to be for you to anticipate these type of reaction. Now, I could have not anticipated this reaction at the moment because it requires a shitload of time. Now, excuse my profanity language, I would not speak like that anymore. But as you can see, your entry, the M shape happened through a entry model and the right time. Now, if we enter the first tap, as I said before, as I said on the examples, sometimes it's high with not get resuit. We'll just have SMT, right? So that's why we enter the first reaction. And sometimes you just be a V-shaped reaction instead of a M shape. Now that's that, right? That's the M shape. I can show you guys multiple examples, but that is not going to help you out at all because you just need one, right? And eventually you do out. That's your homework, right? That's your homework. But I've already showed you guys so many. I'll show you guys so many examples, which you can go watch my videos or do your homework and be in a chart and do it yourself, which is the best way to do it because that will just give you confidence. Now, the next reaction is going to be a V-shaped reaction, or this is going to be considered a V-shape / M shape. Now, we have SMT, tap the key level, right? Our entry model, and you have the right time. Now, you can see instant reaction rather than a tap, go down lower, go up higher, then it's reverse. But some people may think this is a V-shape or a M shape, because as you guys know, M shape could also have some sort of SMT without letting this high gated purge, basically a failure sweep, right? Now if we go to the quality asset, at this time when you purge out the liquidity, now there was no M shape here because it's high, this low on DXY never got purged out. So this will be considered as a V shape, instant reaction, rather than a M shape. Second example, how can we determine this? We can't determine whether it will be a M shape or V shape. The only way we could determine it is through practice and time in the market, which will require a lot of time. It's not just me showing you guys 10 examples. You just not take examples. It's going to be hundreds of thousands, possibly a couple thousand of examples in order for you to get what I mean. In order for you to know what reaction it will do. Now, we had our entry model. We had the right time. So we anticipated a V-shaped reaction. Now, this is a M shape, not an M shape. This is the multiple taps. As you can see, you ranged. So you would have had your entry model somewhere around here, but you would have not worked out why. The reason why it did not work out, if you had to short anywhere around here, was because you would have been stopped out. Why? How is a multiple tap, like a ranging reaction or a multiple tap reaction? We had a key level right over here, right? Oh, key level this. So we had multiple taps of reaction. Now, just we had that, but it didn't happen at the right time because it's supposed to get purchased at 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. So then you purchase at the right time, purchase at 5 a.m. We're gonna have some sort of a multiple touches reaction. Eventually, the last touch, which will do the toe soup, could be at the right time. It's purchased at the right time, then it goes down, right? That's the multiple touches reaction, which, how can you anticipate it? Is when the time is not right. Now, let me show you guys one more example. This would be another V shape. And this will go into how a key level gets tapped. Now, our ranging candle is here. This is our range, right? Overall would be also. Right? So we ranged right below the key level, which is right over here. Since we range right below the key level and there's no daily range, the time is right, we can anticipate its reaction. Sometimes it's going to be either, I'm pretty sure, and yeah, there was no hard time from daily range. So you're either looking for the time reaction, like an instant reaction out of it, is when there is no daily range, and plus sometimes there will be a daily range, or inside of daily range or premium discount. Once a premium discount gets tapped, or the clearing gets tapped, once it gets tapped, then you can anticipate that the different reactions, right? Like a range below the key level, tap the key level, and eventually reverses. Now you can see right below the key level, we ranged to the range high, tap the key level, instant reaction, right? Now in this case, there's no daily range, so we can anticipate this, and also the time was right. We arranged at the right time, he ranged at the right time, which is why we had an instant reaction. Now, I don't know if this will work out or not, but that's all up to you, right? I'm just here to tell you guys how a key level gets tapped and the reactions from the key level. Now, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, join the Telegram, right? And follow all the socials. Now, let me show you guys more example of other way. Now, let me show you guys a higher type example. Before I do that, let me show you guys a bit more example. You guys thought I was going to go do the same thing again? Nah. Did I get you guys? Yep, I got you guys. Cool. Now, in this case, our key level is it's 2 a.m. high. I don't know which high is it. Equal high, which is not about the high side of the trade. But we have a fake double top. I got a ranging candle here. As you can see, we had our ranging candle, right? We had our range, and right above our range is our key level. So we ranged at the right time, and right when we ranged, there was a key level right above our range. So we pressed at the key level, we tapped, when we pressed at the range high, we also tapped the key level, then eventually we can anticipate a instant reaction, which means a V shape. What I mean by M-shaped reaction is not like a quick tap on a quick reverse. What I mean by instant reaction is a V shape, right? Now, I'm show you guys more examples on this. Same, going back to the same example, right? I just showed you guys V shape, right? V shape rather than a toast like that, right? See, because they're not time with FOMC, so that big quick is going to happen. Now let me show you guys at a higher time frame basis, which that's what we care about more, to be honest. At the higher time frame, right? If we go back in time, especially on the dollar, right over here, this is a V-shaped reaction. Right, this is our key level. This is our key level. We ranged right above the key level. We put the range low, we tapped the key level, and eventually we had an instant reaction. Rather than a range at the key level, we had an instant reaction because the time was right. Mid reversal can cause hammer candle. The time was right. We range above the key level at the right time. But, mid reversal, right? Plus 2 is going to consolidate, right? So that's why. Now, in this case, a tap of the key level and it ranges at the key level, then reverses, right? Now that's what we're looking for, that specific example. It should be like this. We had a range, at our daily ranges. This is our key level. Our key level gets tapped. And I probably like, well, your key level got tapped at the right time here, but you're still anticipating it to be a consolidation at the key level. Yes. Now, I said the same thing on the instant reaction, the V-shaped reaction, right? It's like, yeah, it's about at the right time, etc. But that time I showed you guys, there was no daily range. In the other example, there was no daily range. In this case, it's a daily range. Even if it's the right time, it's going to range, right? The daily range here. So our key level gets tapped. The candle, I'm also talking about the candle, right? The candle tap. Everything I'm talking about is a candle tapped here, right? Candle to tap the key level needs to range. Then after it ranges, then we have the right time, because this was a consolidation reversal. Thursday low of the week, right? Let's get it now. That should be very easy, very simple. Shouldn't be that complicated. Now let me show you guys a little bit more examples. Let me see if I have more examples here for you right over here. Is there a daily range here though? there is super at a low, at a high, and stable low, right? Premium discount. When we tap the discount, because like equilibrium or the discount premium, is, in this case, would be the discount is our key level because we're all right. So discounts are key level. The candle that taps the discount needs to range. Now, the candle tap discount, which means that time is not right because I can't range, right? Eventually, that time would be right after the candle ranges, because it would be a mid-week reversal again, right? Mid-week reversal is the candle tap the key level, ranges, eventually reverses from there on forward, right? So that's how you can expect a range at the key level, then reverse, right? These are reactions from the key level. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is very important. So please make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, and join the Telegram link in the description down below. Follow all my socials. You can see it's that simple. I went very in depth for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I know a lot of you guys have been benefiting from this. You guys have who DM me, right? Because I do get a lot of DMs from you guys on Instagram, especially. I get kind of irritated on Instagram because I don't use Instagram that much. I don't like to because the doom scrolling. I hate that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys inside the Telegram. Peace out.